Tomorrow is not just game day. It's the single biggest content event on the planet. And every brand, creator, and influencer is about to fight for the same eyeballs. So today, we're asking, what does it actually take for your content to win? Hi, everyone. My name is Roshan.
Hello, everyone. My name is Yash. How's it going?
And today, we are here to talk about the impact of content on followers. We are Astra Media House. Before I begin, a big shout out to Yash. Happy birthday, Yash. How are you today?
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm doing good. How about you?
Doing fantastic as always. For our listeners, the day we are recording this episode is actually June 10th. It's your birthday.
Thank you.
For your fans out there, what is something special you're doing today for your birthday?
Well, I'm not doing something special, but there is something happening special tomorrow. That's the World Cup. So pretty
Absolutely right.
excited about it. It's starting from 11th of June, Thursday. So I'm pretty much like more than my birthday. I'm excited for the World Cup, I would say, this year.
I know, and
Oh
it's
yeah.
perfect timing. It's like
Right?
giving you that thrill, and it's just a frenzy that the World Cup brings to you. If I can ask you,
I
Yash,
know.
have
Yeah.
have you ever been glued to the World Cup, or did you have any memories growing up while watching the World Cup? Anything you can share with our listeners?
Oh well, I was like when since from my school times and my childhood, I was pretty much fond of playing like a soccer, football. In few countries, it's known as a soccer and in football. Thinking about the World Cup for let's say like for 90 minutes, millions of people around the world are glued to their screen. But the real impact
Mm-hmm.
doesn't comes from the match itself; it comes from the stories behind it. So
Yeah.
let's say when we watch Messi finally lifting up the cup after years setback, people weren't just watching football, they were having those memories. They were watching their memories attached to it, and they were recollecting the thoughts and all the good time they had watching that specific video or that specific screen with those beloved peoples. And that moment become a content again. We It was shared across social media, news channel, podcast, and other documentary platforms. And the content inspired millions of people who
Mm-hmm.
had nothing to do with football. It reminds that the success often comes after years of failure and not a hard work. So this has to be like marked up, Roshan.
True, true, well said. And I'm going to slightly disagree with you. I'm a Ronaldo fan. I've
Oh, okay.
been following Ronaldo ever since he was,
Oh,
he
you
broke
got
out on
all
the
those
scene
right.
with Manchester United. So I'm a loyal Cristiano Ronaldo follower. Been following with him, and as you said, it's memories. It's those memories that were created when you were growing up, and when you've been watching, and literally you've been, I wouldn't say breathing the same air, but at least you've been breathing the same soccer, breathing the same football games with your favorite soccer player. And here you are with them. This probably could be Ronaldo's last dance. This also could probably be Messi's last dance. So,
Yeah,
just like that, it is come to this number crunching, legacy building event, a global phenomenon where everyone's just into it and everyone for like a month we don't stop what we're doing because that's life, but we try to squeeze what we're doing into this world of soccer, which actually brings me to my
exactly.
next point of how content
Mm-hmm.
works. In fact, just like how soccer is part of our lives when we watch seasons, years following our soccer idols or soccer players, our favorite soccer players, if you think about it, content works the same way. It's just like fans wearing jerseys. It's not just showing support, you're telling the world who you are. And that's what your content does. It's the jersey your followers wear. I repeat, how you wear a jersey for your favorite your soccer player or your favorite idol, in the same way, the content that you put out there is the jersey that your followers, your subscribers, your viewers, your listeners wear. When they share it, they comment on it, they save it. They're saying, this is me. This is my boy. This is my person. I support this guy. This is a true, legit guy. My question to you before I get on to Yash is for my listeners. Does your content, the content that you're generating, make people feel represented? Food for thought for all our listeners out there. Yash, my question to you. Would you
Yes.
say most creators today are dressing their audience or dressing themselves?
Hmm. So, you know what? The most contents or creators, what they are addressing is their thought, their views, and what they want to deliver, and showing them being like a how responsible basically a job of
Hmm.
or a role of a content creator is in the people life. So let's say if there is a content creator who shows like all the positive videos, all like a good things, so eventually uh, the viewers start following it, implementing in their own life. Just a
Right.
short story, Roshan. As I was just when you mentioned this jersey part and everything, it was like it took me in my flashback. So here's
Hmm.
like a small story I want to share with everyone, including our audience and everyone, even with you, Roshan. So I
Hmm.
relate the victory. We are talking about World Cup today. So,
Hmm.
winning a World Cup or a trophy is completely a different scenario, but I relate the victory of not getting a trophy, of course, of a World Cup,
Hmm.
but a victory in my personal life. So let's say in my undergrad, when I was doing my undergrad, there was one of my super senior who was general secretary of my university. So
Hmm.
when I was in my first year, he was in third year, and the
Right.
first day I pretty got impressed by his the way of delivering, the way he used to manage all the let's say faculties, all the students, and the way he used to handle the crowd during the event times and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
that was eventually a content which I'm realizing right now. So his speech, I would say, his way of action, his task, and the way he addressed everyone, that's also a part of content again. That's what I'm taking. I'm going in that tangent. So
Hmm.
eventually, when I started my undergrad college, and I always had a aim of when I reach at that point, I want to be not similar to him, but something I want to showcase or something like according to him, I would say. Not a copy
Right.
exactly, but something with like a heavy shoulders, I would say, and which was I'm pretty much happy. And later on, when I got into third year, I got that opportunity. I was a general secretary of my college, of my
Hmm.
university, and I was pretty much doing good. But later on, eventually, as time passes, after like a week or four, I realized, dude, passing on the content is not like looking at like watching at a content is a completely different part, and delivering a content is completely different part. When I was in his
Right.
shoes, it made me completely different that, oh, there are like a lot of responsibilities, and what you see behind the screens is not that easy.
Right.
Yeah,
True.
yeah. I realized that, okay, now I have like a lot of responsibilities. Again, there is a saying like great power comes with the great responsibilities and stuff like that. So I realized
Right.
that, yeah. But eventually, again, winning is not by alone. As it said, we sound better than I. And if there is a team, there is a group, victory becomes easy. And because of my group, my friends during my university time, they supported me a lot, and that's how I got into those victory points. So again, I'm not a winner alone, but my whole team was a winner. So that's like a small story I just wanted to share with everyone. So
Very
yeah,
well
Roshan.
said. That's actually a very nice touch, I'd say. And in fact, I like the ending to the story that you said. Victory doesn't begin with the or doesn't have the word I in it, although
Yeah.
like literally it does, but it's actually we who bring victory, which is what Astra Media House is here to do. We are here to help you win. Victory can be
Yes, of
achieved with a team,
course.
as Yash rightfully said. It's the team that helped him to that level that he was reaching. In the same way, Astra Media House is here to help you win. We are the ones doing everything behind while we help you, your brand take off. We help your brand reach people. We help your brand out there, get out there. So that's Astro Media House in a nutshell, as very described by as very well described by Yash, with the background, the experience, and the knowledge we bring. We're here to help you. Very,
Exactly.
very, very nice story, Yash. I really like
Thank you, thank you.
that trip down memory lane. Very
Yeah, you
nicely
just
said.
took me to my like good old days, Roshan.
Yeah. Very nicely said. In fact, another thing I want to talk about is, while we talk about how you were subscribed to this person when you were in your
Mm-hmm.
first year and then you eventually absorbed this content, you did not do something
Right.
exactly like that, but you eventually evolved into your
Yeah,
version of
try
yourself.
to learn from his content, I would say. Try to learn from
Yep.
his content. I guess that's a good framing.
Yep. My next question to you, Yash, is can you give me a creator you've unfollowed? What was the moment you know it was favorite? I'll tell you, I'll give you, I'm going to play with words over here. Okay. I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to talk about World Cup soccer. We'll use World Cup soccer again because we're in the spirit of World Cup soccer.
Yeah, right.
There are substitutes. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Every substitution, there are around five substitutions per game. Each team has around
Mm-hmm.
five subs that they get. Now, a
Right.
coach burns through these subs because the
Mm-hmm.
players who start, they get tired. So you need to replace, get your best players rested or bring the best feet in because, the game's either a draw or you need to win. So every substitution that a coach does costs something. But on social media, unfollowing is one tap. There is no substitution.
Exactly.
The difference is the World Cup, it earns loyalty through performance every 90 minutes, meaning that is your window that these players you follow, you religiously follow these teams, these countries, these players who put in their everything. For 4 years, they have been prepping just to come and represent their country on this grand stage. They do everything, and it is that 90 minutes where their loyalty, their performance, it builds that audience. The same applies to creators. Consistency isn't about volume. If you've been following us on Instagram, you will notice that we just don't talk about posting consistently. We talk about the impact your content can make. Going back to my point about consistency isn't about volume. It's not about letting your audience down when they show up. It's about putting content there that reaches them, knowing what your audience wants. And that is why if you've listened to our first episode, we talk about picking that one industry rather than being a jack of all trades. You be a master of one where you pick one industry and you deliver value in that industry. So my question to you, Yash, is
Mm-hmm.
have you unfollowed a creator or let us know? I don't need the name of the creator, but let me know of an instance why you unfollow this creator. That moment when you knew it was over, where you were like, ugh, I just don't get it. It's not honest, it's not raw, it's not real. I'm done. I'm out. I'll follow someone else. Any situation, not putting names out there, but
Mm-hmm.
any any situation where you've unfollowed someone.
Okay, that's a very good question, Roshan. So, you know, I never unfollow any content creator. So let me just be
Mhm,
like not a emotional, but let me just put on my views. So every work we do in this world, it's a content, it's a cooking, it's a driving, or any job we do.
mhm.
Every job has a hard work. Every
Right.
business has a hard work. And me as a person, as an individual, I respect every person's job, whether it's like a cooking skill or cooking job, it's a driving job, or it's kind of a content creating job. I respect everything. What I do personally, okay, let's say if you're asking me like if I don't like the content of a specific person, I don't follow him usually. I try to deliver a message from my end in the comment section. I would say, let's say if I have like a email ID available of a specific content creator, I just write an email, I just a DM or explain my views. Hey, this was the day I started following you. For example, this was the day I started following you, and this was the content you were showing up in the initial days, and I was literally like attracted to these things. But nowadays, what I personally think, like I again, that person's doing good in his way. I never degrade anyone. I still appreciate,
Mhm,
okay, wow, you're doing the best job. But you know what? Like I'm just missing my old days, what I had I had spent watching content of yours. So these are the things I'm missing out. So is there any possible way you can get those content back, or I would say you can like hit nostalgia because of like let's say if I have a group of like 15, 20 people are in my close social ones, I say to like say
mhm.
five of those, 10 of those, I keep on sharing those content, the content what I follow. So I
Right.
just like explain him or her, whatever. Like we were like group of 20, we started following you and stuff like that. So is it possible? Like, can you just hit that
Uh-huh.
nostalgia back and we can share and we can try to get you more followers, something like that, Just like a personal touch, I would say. So
Right.
I do that thing. I never like unfollow or never degrade anyone, but yeah, this is like a strategy what I follow
Right.
usually. So again, what I want to say, Roshan and viewers, if Astra Media House is doing something different or something you guys expecting from us, please do let us know about it. That's the whole point what I wanted to explain here.
Right.
So
Right. And
yeah.
that's I think that's very well summed up in terms of communication. They say communication is a two-way street where we speak and we listen. This is Astro Media House here. We're here listening to you. We want you to talk to us. Tell us what exactly you want us to do, how you want us to do it. We love feedback, we love advice, we love criticism in its various form that it brings us. So we're here for you. Very, very nice to say, Yash.
Thank you, too.
As we come to conclusion of our podcast, before we say goodbyes and everything, there's one more thing I wanted to touch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you're playing the game, it's 90 minutes, all right? The game is towards the 90th minute, the score is draw. And then comes that injury time, the 3 to 4 minutes of extra time that's there. This is the time where if your your tank is on zero, you somehow find energy after those 90 minutes to play for those 3 minutes to deliver. That stoppage time is when any team wants to win it more, when they throw their life in that few minutes that are left. It's not that they put their life away in those 90 minutes, but they give it their all. But then that final stretch is when they put everything. This is to our viewers out there. When you post, the first 3 hours that you do, that's your window where you reply to every comment, where you reshare your stories, you DM your top supporters. Don't post and ghost anyone. You have to stay in touch with people who follow your content. That's your injury time. Creators who win
Exactly.
aren't just the one with the best content out there. They're the ones who complete in that hardest window that is right after posting, when your content is fresh, when your content is just hot off the press, right out of the oven. It's hot, ready baked, and it's ready to be absorbed, consumed by your viewers. As Yash said, that viewing the content part, that is your window, that first 3 hours when your viewers are engaged, that's your injury time. That's your extra time where you're playing to the whistle. After that, then it's whatever the algo follows or however your reels come up. But that 3 hours, that's your goal. And I really like the fact how Yash described how he lost interest, but he didn't unfollow. He's a loyal subscriber. Unlike me, if I get disengaged with someone, I just unfollow. But I really like Yash being the loyal follower. So I want in a quick snippet, Yash, can you tell a personal
Mm-hmm.
story about a post that blew up because you stayed active right after it was posted? Something that made it feel real, that you were part of that viral moment when it went out. Anything you can share to our listeners?
Oh, yeah. I remember one thing, first of all, like as you were talking about the World Cup scenarios and stuff. So long back, when I was there is always a time, every individual has ups and downs in their life and stuff like that. So one of my best buddy, I met him like 5 years back, but within 5 years, we are pretty much
Mm-hmm.
close. And he told me one thing. Like one fine day, I was just sharing my things with him. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
this is the stuff, and I don't know. All of a sudden, he linked that whole scenario with a World Cup trophy. So here are those words. What he told me: a World Cup trophy changes one player's career, but the story behind that trophy can change millions of lives. Whatever you're facing problem today, it's not just you are alone. There are like multiple situations or things happening around us which we are ignoring right now, and just
Right.
enjoy the moment what you
Right.
have right now. Like it's a time you and me are having a lunch together, we're gonna watch a movie, or we're gonna go like play some bowling game or something like that. Enjoy those moments, and there will be a time everything will be fine, everything will be like uh, solved up, and everything will be like cleared, and what the one that day you're gonna call me and tell me, hey buddy, today is the day. So coming to the point that
Yeah.
it doesn't matter, the content has to be on screen. There are some contents which you learn from your family, from your friends, and the people around you. But again, every individual can't be around you every other time. So I guess screen is the best mode of
Right.
communication, and the screen is the best mode of sharing or sharing on different platforms. And that's why Astra Media House is here to create that, to get into that.
Very well. Very well said, Yash. Alrighty, we are towards the end of our podcast. Yash, one word advice for every creator. watching a World Cup match tomorrow?
Do support Messi. Just kidding. Well, just enjoy the game. I was just kidding. I was just pulling your leg, Roshan. Well, so one word. Foot World Cup is a real game. Please enjoy it and do watch and do share your thoughts and views on World Cup. Astra Media is a platform. We would be happy. We would be really enjoying your comments and your thoughts and views on our platform, on our Instagram page. That is Astra Media House One on Instagram. We would really appreciate your views and thoughts on that.
Very rightly said, Yash. Good one. And on that note, friends, we're towards the end of our podcast. I'd like to part ways with ending thoughts. Tomorrow, 3 billion people will be glued to their screens for the World Cup. That same audience is also on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, scrolling between games, celebrating, reacting. Every single post you make tomorrow is competing with the biggest event in sports. So make your content count. Make it feel like a goal. This is Roshan from Astra Media House.
This is Yash from Astra Media
Signing
House.
off.
All right, have a good one.